Do you want to know more about what happened when Capital One Bank was breached and hacked in 2019? Do you want to know how to protect yourself and your credit when something like this happens? At the end of this video, I will give you my top 3 tips on how to protect yourself, your credit, and your family. So stay tuned. Welcome back to another video. I'm Eric Belardo, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the 2019 Capital One breach and hack and an interview that I gave Orlando's NBC WESH2 News on the topic. So if this sounds interesting, stay tuned. And like I promised, at the end of this video, I am going to share with you guys my top 3 tips on how to better defend yourself when something like this happens. But before we get to that, you know what comes next. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, consider liking this video, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I post new content.
Capital One, as we now know, is dealing with a massive data breach. The personal info of millions of customers posted online. They are working to notify everyone who was impacted. But what do you need to do if your information was compromised? We've got cybersecurity expert Eric Belardo here. Eric, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's first talk about this Capital One breach. It sounds like someone was able to infiltrate some of their systems and post a bunch of information online.
That is correct. A computer expert from a hosting company, I believe that it was AWS, was able to penetrate a server that was hosting all the information in the cloud. That information was then exfiltrated and posted on social media.
And we're talking about people's social security numbers, their credit card numbers and accounts maybe?
Over 140,000 social security numbers and the information of over 1 million US citizens and 6 million Canadian citizens.
Or 100 million US citizens.
100 million, correct.
US. So there's a chance that maybe not everyone's social security number is out there, but there could be other information that's out there as part of it. What do we need to be looking for now if you're a Capital One customer? And does it even matter if you're a Capital One customer? Could you somehow be in this inside this breach as well?
Yes. If you've ever applied between the years of 2005 to present, your information could have been in this breach.
Wow. So we're talking a long time. What do we do? What do we do now? What sort of things should we be looking for, and how can we stop anything bad from happening as we look at it right now?
So number one, all the customers out there should be monitoring their credit reports. Number one, you can do your freeze your credit report. Capital One will be reaching out to those customers affected by this breach, but you should always be vigilant. Look at your statements, look at your credit report, see if there's anything out of the ordinary in there, and report that to your banking institution or Capital One. As I understand, Capital One will be offering credit protection,
right,
but that doesn't do very much. That's kind of like monitoring something after something happened.
What happens when we freeze our credit report? Can you talk about what that actually means?
So any actions that a banking institution or a credit institution or opening a credit account, when you freeze your account, those things are stopped.
Okay.
So if you freeze your account before you apply for a mortgage, a car loan, or any other credit cards, you must unfreeze it again to allow those processes to continue.
This is just one of many. Obviously, the biggest one before this that we were talking about last year was the Equifax breach. Lots of people wrapped up in that. But these things happen all the time, maybe not on the same scale. So it's something that we constantly have to be vigilant about.
Just yesterday, we had reports of 7 other breaches from smaller companies.
Wow.
The challenge is that a lot of companies are looking at cybersecurity as a compliance action, not as a true security measure. So cybersecurity has become a compliance thing, a check in the block thing. So we should encourage companies to look at the security, the data privacy, and the data protection of the customers instead of just being a compliance action that they have to take.
Check in the box, for sure. Eric Belardo, thank you so much for being here with us. Be vigilant. Change those passwords, too, even if you don't think that you may be affected by this. Stay with us here on CW18. We'll be right back.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview. Now, question of the day: how do you or your family stay abreast of any news on breaches or hacks to any of your financial institutions? And then what do you do about it? Comment below. Let's start a conversation on that. Well, as promised, here are my top 3 tips on how you can stay safer online. Number 1, stay informed. As you know, banks and financial institutions have time to investigate and disclose the breaches to the customers. By that time, it could be weeks or months that where the hack was there and your information's out there. So number 1 tip is stay informed. Look at your media, do searches on Google, and stay informed of any potential breaches or hacks. Number 2, check your credit report. Check your credit report for anything that doesn't belong there. Check your credit report for any new accounts. There are organizations out there that allow you to check your credit report on a monthly basis, but all credit reporting agencies allow you at least 1 report a year. Use it. Number 3, change your passwords. Change your passwords often. That is your best defense against all online accounts. And if it's possible, use 2-factor authentication. Okay, that's that little code that they send you on your text or by email. Use it, enable it. Also, when you change your passwords, make them complex passwords. I prefer to tell people to use passphrases, something like, I love 4 pancakes, okay? And use a complex password like that you can remember and you can use. So change your passwords. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. Hit that like button, helps me out a lot. And hit that bell icon right there so you can be notified of any new content that I put out there. Okay, if you have any questions, comment below. I will respond to any questions on this. And like we like to say, have a safe and gorgeous day out there.